Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and it's about 5:50 a.m. in Clearwater, Florida, and I did a band scan using the Texan PL 990X, and I've got my Mega Loop antenna hooked up to it, so it's using the external antenna, and we heard the Preacher Man there on 3.215. And we're just going to see what it found on the scan. The solar flux index, and you won't believe this, is 160. 160. It's been like in the 70s and 80s for over a year. And now it's 160. Unfortunately, the AXA index, which we want that to be low, is a 7. So it's a little high. That means possibly there's going to be a lot of noise on shortwave bands, possibly. So here we go. So we got the Preacher Man there, turning him back up. And then on this radio, this is the control for, let me turn him back down. This is the control for when you're playing MP3 files from a memory card. It's also used to scroll through the memory locations that have been stored either manually or with this scan, ATS, automatic tuning and storing. So this is the first location. We're going to go up to the next one. Ah. That is WWV in Canada, 3.33. We're going to move up. Preacher Man, loud and clear.
After the Spirit of God was poured out, grievous wolves came in, and they have scattered the flock.
Wish that my lighting, hush for a minute. Wish my lighting was a little better. And here, I'm got to get rid of that reflection. Okay, let's go to the next one. 4980. And guess who? WWV. See if we can hear the female voice. No. I could barely hear the male voice. But conditions will be changing. I'm actually a little early. Typically in the morning, my reception is best just before daylight. And it's, like I say, it's 5:54, so it's a little early. This WWV at 5 megahertz will improve. Let's go on. That sounds familiar. 5.025, let me look that up for you. My memory is shot. I can't remember anything. Let's see. And that is not in English, so I'm going to have to plug in the frequency exactly. And I've heard this many times. Just don't remember. Okay, that's radio, and I probably will pronounce it wrong. Rebeldi, out of Cuba. So that one's coming in strong. Let's go to the next one. 5850. Pretty weak. Preacher Man again, I think. Yeah, 5.85 is out of Okeechobee, Florida. Now you would think, since I'm in Florida, that I would receive that signal pretty good. But sometimes you get too close to a station and the shortwave signals go right over your head or right over your antenna and you miss them. So I think that's what's happening there. Let's go to the next one.
Time frame.
Oh, boy, Breacher Man, he's everywhere. 5.890. That's probably out of Tennessee.
The time of the harvest. The harvest is the end of the world. Matthew, where is it?
Stand by while I type it in.
You might want to turn your scriptures to its Matthew.
Yeah, that's out of Nashville, Tennessee.
As the Lord directs me.
We'll go on. 5.93.
Long fixes. Makes us think. Well, it can't take
5935. That sounds like it's out of Tennessee also. I'm going to get disappointed if I don't get anything that's far away.
How many times these past years have we said from this pulpit, we have a right to leap into God's book when a promise fits our circumstance and seize it, claim it.
Yep, that's WWCR out of Nashville, Tennessee. Sounds like same thing, 5.95. 5.95, yeah. Okay, and we typed it in. Sounds like same station, maybe different location. Yeah, that's out of Okeechobee also. WRMI. Again, signal goes over my head or over my antenna's head. Not sure what that is. Maybe somebody could identify that. 6.030. We just look it up for grins. Sounds like a familiar frequency, but that's not a familiar sound. I don't know what that is. There are stations on that frequency. Now here's an interesting one. The listing, and I'm looking at short-wave.info's website to get these listings. At 6.030 is a transmit. There's many of them. There is a transmission from China Radio 1 that is digital. And that sounds like a digital signal. That could be what that is, because I do, if conditions are good, I do get China Radio in stations over in that area, China, Asia, early in the morning like this. That could be what that is. But there's several other stations throughout the world on this frequency, like Radio Martini, which is in Greenville, North Carolina, I believe it is. But that sounds like it could be China Radio digital. Let's go on. Get out of here, Skeeta. Pretty weak. We'll look it up. That says one of the possibilities is Radio Nikki out of Japan. Again, in Asia. That could be what that is. See if we can make it out. They should be broadcasting in Japanese. I think that might be it. It sounds like it's music, and it sounds like it's an Oriental. That could be it. Let's move on. 6.07. That's English. Well, that could be a bunch of stations. Okay, according to that website, right now, the strongest signal to me, which is got a really low level, broadcasting in English, is out of Toronto, Canada. CFRX. Okay, moving on. Oh, that's noise right now. Let's go on. Oh, preacher man, I'm not even going to stop. Here's some music. Sounds like Spanish music. Let me turn it down because it's music. 6185. Getting pretty good number of, I got to learn how to speak. I'm getting a large number of signals this morning, which I would think I would. The only problem being that noise level being so high. Okay, that could be out of China. And maybe not. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, it only shows up 2 stations in the listing. One is out of Mexico City, more likely, because it does sound like Spanish music. And the other one out of China, and the language right now is Chinese. Let's turn this back up and listen. Yeah, it sounds Mexican music. That would be my guess. And of course, it's much closer. Let's go to the next one. Nada, it's gone. Oh, that's loud. 7.355. Excuse me, 7.335. We'll look that up. So far, I'm pretty impressed with this radio. It'd help if I could type. Sounds like Spanish. And 7355, there's nothing listed. And it's loud and clear. Now, one thing that I have noticed over the years is I receive a number of Spanish-speaking stations that are not in the listings. And I read that some of these stations don't register, and I don't know what that means. They don't register, so they don't show up in these databases. That could be one of them, because that's loud and clear.
Las autoridades cubanas culpan a Estados Unidos por el alza de la migración.
Probably out of Cuba. 7505. Very weak. That could be, as far as what the listing shows, that could be 2 stations. One is Radio Free Asia, once again in Asia, and WRNO, which is out of New Orleans. Now, I would think if it was WRNO, that it would be a lot stronger. That could be, though. Now, I only know English, but I kind of can detect a little bit the dialect. Yeah, that's tough. And Radio Free Asia supposedly is broadcasting in Tibetan right now, and WRNO is broadcasting in Chinese. That sounds like Chinese. So that could be WRNO out of New Orleans. 7570. Preacher man, I can hear him. Yeah, out of Okeechobee. Nine 9240. Noise. Going on. 9330. Sound like BBC. That is probably WBCQ out of Monticello in the northeastern part of the United States. That's probably what that is. Very weak. 9.455. Okay, that's probably WRMI, again out of Okeechobee, Florida, which, as you had seen in previous frequencies, not coming in too good. Oh, and I just turned the radio off, and that was pretty stupid. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Ooh, that could be China radio. Nine 9610. Oh, that might be Radio Taiwan. On 9.60, they're speaking Chinese right now, supposedly. And according to this website, I should be receiving that station. And I am, I think. Yeah, pretty clear. See what else we got. I think I'm at the top now. 9650. I'm just going to go through the last few quickly. 9685. Now that's loud and clear. We try that one.
and veterinary services.
9700.
England Veterans Affairs meet at 5:30 leave for a 5-day visit to Turkey tomorrow. She will visit the Commonwealth and Turkish memorial sites and tour battlefields on the Gallipoli Peninsula. The Spy City will also host the New Zealand Trade
That's...
event in Istanbul.
The listing shows that's Radio Romania, but right now supposedly there's no English transmission.
The cost of building a new home is increasing at a record rate. Property research firm CoreLogic's Cordell Construction Index
That's interesting.
measures the rate of change in construction costs rose by a record 2.4%.
I don't think I'm receiving Radio Romania at this time of the day in my location. That clear. So I think that's something else. I don't know what. Let me try plus or minus 10 kilohertz and see if there's something close, or 5 kilohertz. See if there's something close by in frequency. Well, there's China radio at 9695. That doesn't sound like China radio. And let's see, right now, nope. There is, okay, here is, let me turn this down. There is World Christian Broadcast, broadcasting in English from Texas. That could be it. Not sure. Moving on. 9750. That's, I remember that. That's China radio. 9750. That's the frequency I normally can get if I get it at all. I'm going to look it up to verify because my memory is not that good. Well, it could be a couple of things. Let's see, what net, that's English. Oh, maybe not. That could be Asian. And there is, I got this plus or minus 5 kilohertz turned on. Let me turn that off so I don't see anything off frequency. And I'll do is update. And what does it leave? It leaves possibility is PBS, NEI, Megu, and they're speaking Mongolian. And that's out of, let me click on the flag here. Where are we? You're in China? Yeah, that's in China. So that's probably coming from China. It's not China radio, but it's another transmitter in China. I think we're about done. Nothing there but noise. There's a signal there. It sounds like the one I just previously heard. So we are now getting, let me turn this down. We are now getting signals above 9 megahertz, which typically I have only been, this time of day, only been able to get stations, number one, local, within 1,000 miles, well, yeah, less than 1,000 miles, and below 9 megahertz. So I'm getting stations this morning that some of them appear to be long distance, and I'm getting some stations above 9 megahertz. Let me just see what's left. Wow. Let's look that one up. I know I'm running kind of long here on the video, but I'm going to look that one up. That sounds interesting. Chinese or Asian. Stand by. 1745. Sounds familiar to the one we've heard before. Okay, right now the listing shows 2 stations, one China Radio International, and the other one is, which their numbers show that I could receive that one and not the other one, is Voice of America, and they should be speaking Chinese. That sounded like an Asian voice there. And let me see where it is physically in the world. It's coming, update. It's coming out of Thailand. That could be it. And it's at 17485. And it's pretty good. Let you listen. So, in conclusion, especially with that solar flux index being 160, wow, that is a jump. That's the numbers we like. The A index is a 7 and the K index is a 2. We want that A index to be much lower, but it appears this morning, this sample of one time, we are getting a lot more stations than we have been getting in the past when the solar flux index was less than 100. So if this condition will stay up there above 130, then you should be able to receive lots of shortwave stations at different times of the day. Now, this is not the best time of the day. It's one of the better times of the day for me at my location because it's near sunrise. Typically, near sunrise and sunset, you will receive stations that are exact opposite as far as the sun is to you. Like for me here in Clearwater, Florida, I should receive stations better that are in Asia, and in the afternoon on sunset, then I receive stations better that are in like the Middle East and Europe. This is a really, really nice radio. I am really impressed with this radio. This is the Texan PL990X. Again, it was sent to me for review, but I was not obligated to give it a good review or anything like that. But I think this is a great little radio. And a nice size. The buttons are just the right size for me. Now, its little sister, the 330, the buttons are just too small. I really struggle with the buttons. I really struggle with reading the writing on here. The one thing that I don't understand, and there's probably a reason for it, I just don't understand, is why the lettering isn't in white, why it's gray. If it was white, seems like to me it would be much, much better. Or even a lighter gray would be better. Okay, I've rambled enough. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please give me a thumbs up. That tells me I'm doing shows you're interested in. I'm going to start to diverse and start doing other things similar to radio. Like, I'm going to start doing things related to FM radio. I'm going to actually do a couple of shows on over-the-air TV, since the cost, our cable bill has just gone out of sight. It started at $99 several years ago, and now it's just under $200 for the exact same service. So, and I know a lot of you are in that same crunch right now. So I'm going to look at alternates to receiving TV stations that are over the air, digital stations that are over the air, and what kind of antennas you need to do that. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.